Hi everyone, this is Paulo Haddad and today let's start our simulations. I will show you how to do a snapshot simulation using py-dss-toolkit. Here's the code I have for you now, guys. There is this 5 snapshot results. Pretty much I got part of the code we used in the last video and just placed here. So pretty much we are getting the address or our master file, creating the DSS object, then connecting DSS tools with our DSS object, and then compile and adding the bus coordinates. Now I'm gonna solve a snapshot and I will start getting some results. You're gonna realize how easy it is when we use py-dss-toolkit. But before I start doing any code here, I wanna show you guys my website, paulohaddad.me, OpenDSS dash courses, right? So here I have my courses, and I have a free course for you guys if you want to understand the foundations of OpenDSS pretty well. So there is this course, I guess, almost 3 hours and a half. I really recommend you to take it, so you're gonna have a better overview of OpenDSS and get into some of the basics that are very important for us. Then there's this essentials track, in which I think is where you need to master two pieces. The snapshot, I'm going to talk a little bit about today, but there I show you how you get, you solve a snapshot, you get results in different angles like circuit element, circuit overall, and then a bus, right? So you kind of go through each of the cases. I also show how the snapshot works behind the scenes. So I think it's very fundamental, important for you, in this case, essential for you to understand. And then I also have the py-dss interface, which is pretty much the way you talk to OpenDSS using Python, right? So you can take them individually. I would suggest the order snapshot and then py-dss interface, and you can also take them in a bundle, so you can save a little bit there. All right, with that said, let's go back to our script. And here, if I want to do a snapshot power flow, right, I would just do DSS text and then solve. And I know here that by default, OpenDSS uses a snapshot, right? The set mode is a snapshot. You don't see here, but that's how OpenDSS works. But I also want to show you that you could go in tools, right? And then here you would have simulation. And here I have, for now, just two options, the snapshot and the daily. So let's select the snapshot. And then if you Control P, you see the properties. You see here control mode, static. They are time and off. For snapshot, only static and off makes sense. You might see snapshot here and in this, so I fix it. I will update it in PyPI soon. Okay. All right. So is static? I'm not gonna change it. If I want to change the max iterations for my power flow for some reason, I could change it. By default, it's 15, right? It's just the same what OpenDSS uses, but I could put 20 if I want to. And also the max control iteration by default is 10, but I could say 20 as well, right? So I can change some of the properties using this method, right? If I go there, pretty much I'm using the text and setting those guys for you, okay? All right, so, okay, very nice. Here I can just solve the power flow and have now the results available for me to get. So let me just put a print statement here, because then we can go together. All right, I'm gonna stop here, run in debug mode. Amazing. And in here, let's just explore a little bit. Let's say I'm interested in having voltage results, so line neutral voltage. So DSS.text, and then you would probably do show, sorry about that, show voltage line neutral nodes, right? When you do that, OpenDSS will show you this file, right? So you have here the name of the bus, node, and then all the voltages, right? So you also have other option, which is export voltages, that would give you a CSV file with some information. But now look at this. When you use OpenDSS to export, or the export command or the show, it's gonna save a file. But if I want to have the results memory, so I can go in tools, okay, and I'm gonna look at results, right? What I have available now, I have snapshot PowerFlow results. So I can look here and say, well, what matters for me is the voltages. Do I have voltages here? I have a lot of things, right? So voltage, line neutral nodes. So I can go here, evaluate. So what I have a tuple, and each element, it's a data frame. So the 0, if I look at the 0 one, it's the voltage magnitude. So look at the data frame. Here's the bus, okay? Here's the bus. And then the node. It's pretty hard to get in OpenDSS the node order here. So I'm saying phase A, if you will. Node 1 in your case is phase A, for instance, B and C. You can kind of say, hey, this is a 3-phase. Look at a bus 2. It's just one phase and phase B, right? It's not easy to get in OpenDSS. You need to do some code there. And then that's pretty much what you get from this, right? If you look at 1, then you're going to have the angle, right? So this is pretty much the angle across your system, again, by phase. So let me just get this guy here. So we can kind of, you have the Vmax, like this, bus Vmax, right? And then I'm gonna do bus Vanc, okay? Magnitude and angle. All right, so this is pretty good. So let me put 0 here. Let me show you another thing. So you could come here and maybe just want to look at the summary of your PowerFlow. So DSS tools, again, we look at results, and then you go summary data frame. So what we have here, the total power, losses, max voltage, and mean voltage. Pretty much this is what you see in this OpenDSS summary, okay? Pretty much the same thing, but now you get in memory. It's a pandas data frame, okay? All right, let me grab this. I'll put this here. Summary, okay? Now, there is also voltage element. So there's, let's see, voltage elements. Let me see what is this. So if I go here again, 2 data frames, magnitude and angle, same principle. And then here I have, so for instance, line L105, it has 2 terminals, right? Again, if you go to my fundamentals course, you're gonna really understand terminal nodes and all that stuff. But again, line has 2 terminals, terminal 1 and 2, and then it has its conductors that are connected to the buses, and again, showing that fundamental course. So you kind of have the voltage for each ends of your element, okay? And that's it. So you have for all of them, and for load, since it just has 1 terminal, again, I talk about that in the fundamentals, you just have in the terminal 1, okay? Pretty good. Now, if I get this, I can say here element Vmax, right? And then I'm gonna Control D, Vanc, and here's gonna be 0, and this is gonna be 1. Okay, so it's pretty easy to get those guys in memory and a data frame, and then you can do whatever you want to do with it, right? Now, just I don't want to take too long in this video, but DSS tools, right? Results. You also have current elements, okay? Current elements, and also power elements. So current elements gonna give you 2 data frames, magnitude and angle. And power elements is going to give you 2 data frames, active power and reactive power, right? So you can try that out as well. Now, what I want to show you is that we can look at current loading. I guess for the current, let me actually get that so you can understand what I'm trying to look here. So currents, let's get 0 because this is the magnitude, right? So in here you have the magnitude for both terminals, all the conductors, right? So let me get this. Okay, so I would say element I mag, okay? Now, if you remember, we also have the, let's say, lines data frame, okay? You could also look at other options, but let's look lines. So I'll do model, and then here I'll do lines data frame, right? So if I get this guy, there's a data frame, and there's two properties here. Let me see if I can get to that before the data frame. So norm amps, which is the nominal current in amps for 100, and 600 is the emergent. So all of them is the same because it's the default in OpenDSS, okay? But if I compare the current flowing in the phases of the element, let me get this guy again. I'll give you one example and then you can see another type of results. So for instance, look at line L115. So you can see that in the first terminal, all the currents are above 400, but at least if one of them are above 400, then there is a thermal violation because the normal amps is 400, right? Now, if any of them are above 600, then we are above the emergence, and then we can trigger that, like we can get that, right? So OpenDSS will give you that by looking at the overload report. But here we have also in memory. I can come here and say DSS tools, and then I can go here and say results, right? And then I can come here and I'll stop the video here. I can get the current loading, okay? So the loading is not if there is a violation or not, right? It's just like, hey, this is the current divided by the norm amps in this case, right? Norm amps. So you can see 157%, 102%. Next video, I'll show you how to get if there's violation or not. But here's just that you can see the loading current divided by the norm amps, right? So this is gonna be, I would say here, norm current, okay? Now, if you wanna look at emergency, let's say you wanna get the like this, you before need to do the following. So DSS, and then you DSS tools, right? And then you go results, and then there is an option set if you want to set something. And then here is going to be the violation current limit, okay? And here I'm gonna say by default is norm, but here I'm gonna do emerge amps, okay? Now, if I look at that, let me run everybody again. Okay, pretty good. So if I see, for instance, emerge current loading, this guy, right? You see that I'm with 105% here, 68, 83, perfect. Now, if I see the norm, it's 157. So the difference is that this one, we took the current and divided by 400, and the other one we divided by 600, or in other words, norm amps and emergent amps, right? So really, guys, that's how I wanted to show you. There are easy ways to get power flow results from OpenDSS using those data frames. Next video, I'll show you how we can get the violations. See you there.